And this is video 3 of the promised 3 videos. I'm going to take you through the chord progression used in a song called Brown Eyed Girl. I'm not singing the melody, I'm not singing lyric, I'm once again trying to stay out of copyright trouble here, but what I'm really doing is playing the same chord progression that was used. It's a 1-4-1-5 progression, G, C, G, D. Very repetitive. It works through almost all of the song. In the playing part of the test, you're not going to need to do anything other than the G, C, G, D progression. There are some other things that happen later on in the verse, and the chorus is different, but we won't go there. So you've got to learn to play about 60 seconds of this song, and in this case, it's the same 4 chords over and over again: G, C, G, D. You may notice I keep repeating that. Because you do want to develop memory. You want to develop muscle memory on both of these songs and on strumming in general to make yourself more successful. I mean, to learn to play the thing. So muscle memory plays a lot, or has a lot to do with playing correctly when you're playing popular music. So we're going to go through the chord progression first. Once again, G, C, G, D. We're going to play on the downbeat only. I'm going to do a 4 count. We're going to go through the chords playing on the downbeat with a change every 4 beats. Starting on G, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, D, and end on G, 3, 4. Okay, so that should be a pretty good warm-up for you on that one. A real repetitive chord progression. Of course, they're both real repetitive, but this is a 4-chord pattern. Pretty easy, and if you practice that section that we just did, I can almost guarantee you success, because if you practice that enough, 3 or 4 minutes, really just solid practice several times over, you'll have it. You'll have it. So then we add the strum. Now the strum on this one is a little more involved. It feels a little different because we're going to miss the strings on 2 and 4, which are down strums, and normally those are our stronger beats, but we're going to miss the strings on beats 2 and 4, and the reason for that is that it makes the sound of the strum more syncopated and more rhythmic. So it's kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now I do some muting in class, and I've talked about the muting technique where I'm laying my hand on the strings as I strum. I make a strumming motion, but I'm going to lay my hand on the strings while I'm doing it so that it mutes the strings. I'm not going to be testing you on that. I don't care if you do that. It's great if you learn it at some point in time, but right now I'm worried more that you just get the strumming patterns down and you can play the chords correctly. So, and that's a big deal, and that's what your job is. You're going to learn to play the chords correctly and do the strum. So just a quick review on this strum. Once again, it's mentioned in video 1, and I do a lot more with it, but here we're going to do a quickie on it, and it sounds like this. On a G chord, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we miss on 2 and 4. Miss and 3 and miss and 1 and 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 miss and 3 and miss. So that's the strum. Man, that's hard to do that slow. It's really hard to practice strumming at that kind of tempo. So anyway, we're going to put it together now, G, C, G, D with the strum, and we're going to practice that for a couple of minutes. So here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. C and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3. D and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 and D and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 and C and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G 1 and 2 and 3 and D and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. C 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G 1 and 2 and 3 and D and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 and C and 1 and 2 and 3 and G and 1 and 2 and 3 D and 1 and 2 G and 1 and 2 C and 1 and 2 3 G and 1 and 2 D and 1 and 2 and on a G. And there you have it, video 3, Knocking on Heaven's, or Brown-Eyed Girl, sorry, almost messed that up, Brown-Eyed Girl. And that should get you ready completely for the midterm. If you have any comments, problems, questions, if something isn't right with the video, please, I ask you, let me know through email on the Texas State thing, the Texas State Tracks page, and I'll fix whatever it is. Practice.